Good morning, welcome to week 5 of the UKHKA Blossom Crochet Along, and this week we are going to be making this little tiny pear flower. So just to give you an idea how they compare in the size of the others, so this is the first different size square we're doing. Look, it's like a little baby brother. So it's a very lovely 3D design. We've got some pretty little details, some stitches that we've learned in previous weeks. The final few rounds are a little bit more complicated, so I'll go through those in quite a bit of detail. But for today, we're going to use colours 1, 6, 7, 3 and 2. So for those of you doing the Starcraft Special Double Knit, that will be Spice, Saffron, White, Pale Rose and Nigella. So as you can see, it's a pretty little flower. It's the first time we've actually incorporated the white colourway. In mine, your screens haven't gone funny. I've chose to use cream instead of white. Right, so round 1, we will need our spice yarn and our 3.5mm hook. Okay, so for round 1, we are going to need colour number 1, which in my case is shrimp. Now I'm going to tell you, I've obviously for the previous weeks been showing you how they wanted to do the centre, and as I keep reiterating, it makes very little difference how you do your centre, whichever way you're comfortable with. I just have to go back to my magic ring. I've tried with the other way and I just don't find it comes as neat. So I'm just going to do 8 double crochets into my magic ring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm just going to pull that to close. I do a double magic ring, which looks a little bit more complicated, but it just holds it more secure so it doesn't come undone. Okay, slip stitch to the first one and cut that off. Yeah, I just find it gives a much neater centre. If I show you what the other one tends to look like before I sew in the ends, I just prefer this way. So obviously do whichever way you're comfortable with. We've been through it enough in the patterns of the previous weeks. So you can carry on and do that as you please. Right, next we're going to need, for round 2, colour number 6, which is saffron. And this is, we've done on a couple of other weeks now, we're just going to join in any chain space with a chain 2. And we're going to just do 8 puff stitches, each separated with a chain 1. So 3, 4, so puff stitch is yarn over, insert hook and repeat until you have 9 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through, and 1 chain to secure the puff stitch, and then I'm just going to do a second chain and go to the next one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over, pull through all 9, chain 1 to close, and then a chain 1 to separate those. So that's the first 2 puff stitches done. You're going to do another 6 and I'll meet you back here. Welcome back. As you can see, I've just completed my last puff stitch of round 2. So I've done my chain 1. I'm just going to slip stitch to the top of the first puff stitch, and that is round 2 complete. So we're going to go straight into round 3. So round 3 is going to be done in colour number 7, which is the first time we've used colour number 7. So for those doing the Starcraft Special Double Knit, it will be white. I'm doing cream just because I had cream home here. So we're going to join into any chain 1 space. And we're going to join with a chain 3. Now that's going to, the next round is going to be popcorn stitches, so that chain 3 counts as your first treble into that chain space. So we're now just going to do another 4 trebles. Okay, so including our initial chain 3, that's 5 trebles into that one chain space. Pull up the loop slightly taller than we normally would. Insert our hook into the top of that chain 3 and back into the loop. Tighten it and slip stitch through both of those. We're now going to chain 2. Now, if you, from memory from week 3, we did a chain 3 in between each one, each popcorn stitch. On this one, we're just going to do a chain 2. So straight then into the next one, the next chain space. So we're going to do 5 trebles in there. Okay, pull up the loop, insert our hook into the first one and back into that loop, tighten it slightly, pull through both, and we're going to chain 2. So that's the first 2 popcorn stitches, each one separated by a chain 2. So you're just going to do that another 6 times, and I'll meet you back at the beginning. Welcome back. As you can see, I've just completed my 8th popcorn stitch for round 3. I've done my chain 2, so I'm just going to join to the first popcorn stitch, which I do by going through the center of that one. In the instructions, it tells you to join to the chain 3 at the beginning, but I just find it a little bit neater if you join to the center of that popcorn stitch. So that's round 3 complete. As you can see, these are a little bit tighter than they have been in previous weeks, and it's fine, it all works out in the next couple of rounds. So we're going to go straight into the next round, which is going to be done in colour number 3, which is pale rose. In my case, it's being done in apricot, but that's just I'm using up my stash. So we're going to join it with a chain 1 into any of the chain 2 spaces from row 3. So a chain 1, and then we're just going to do 1 double crochet into that space. Okay, so here is where it differs from all the previous squares we've been doing, and this is a really quick round, so I'm just going to do this one on camera with you. So we've done 1 double crochet in the first chain space. We're now going to chain 4 and do 1 double crochet in the next chain space. So this is a lovely simple little round that's just going to give you 8 spaces, 4 chain spaces and 8 double crochets at the end of this. Okay, so while I'm just doing this one on camera, I'll talk to you about numbers. So we've got off very lightly doing the blossom crochet along, because we've literally had 4 squares to do each week. Whereas the bloom, I think they've had like 10, 12 squares to do each week, which is a little bit tough going. This is where it picks up a gear. So although these are smaller, if you're doing the small blanket, you will need to make 18 of these this week. If you're doing the large blanket, you will need to make 50. So yeah, a little bit tougher this week, but they're very quick, easy make. Okay, so I've just done my last chain 4. So I'm just going to slip stitch to the first double crochet to join that round. So that's round 4 complete. So looking on the back, we've literally got these lovely little 4 chain spaces all secured into the chain 2s of the previous round by 1 double crochet. So turning back round to the front, we're now going to go straight into the next round. So we're going to slip stitch into that chain space, chain 1, and then we're going to work the following stitch sequence. So we're going to do a double crochet, a half treble, followed by 3 trebles, followed by 1 half treble, 1 double crochet. So that's, you can see the beginning of these petals. We're then going to chain 1 and we're going to skip completely over this next chain 4 space, which might seem a little bit strange, but it will become clear in the next few rounds. So we're then going to follow that same pattern repeat into the, not the next one, the one after. So I'm going straight across into that one. I'm going to do 1 double crochet, 1 half treble, 3 trebles, 1 half treble, and 1 double crochet. Then I'm going to do a chain 1, skip over this next one, and I'm going to do that on the 6th and the 5th and the 7th of these chain spaces. So that was number 1, number 3. So you're going to skip over number 4, do it in number 5, skip over number 6, do it in number 7, and I'll meet you back there. Welcome back. As you can see, I've just done the last pattern repeat for round 5. So I'm now going to do my chain 1. We're going to skip over this last chain 4 space and we're going to slip stitch to the first double crochet of this round. Then we're going to go straight into the next round. So we're going to do a chain 1, and then in this first stitch that we slip stitch to, we're going to do 1 double crochet. Now into the next stitch we are going to do 2 half trebles. This is a little bit more complicated, so I am trying to slow this down. The next stitch we're going to do 2 trebles, and into the next stitch, which is the center of the first round of this little petal, we're going to do 3 trebles. And then we're just going to mirror that down the other side of the petal. So the next stitch we're going to do 2 trebles. In the next one we're going to do 2 half trebles. And into the final stitch we're going to do a double crochet. Now into the chain 1 space here we are going to do another double crochet, and into the first stitch of the next petal we will do a double crochet. So we're now just going to follow that repeat round onto the second petal. So we've done our first double crochet. We're going to do 2 half trebles into this next stitch, 2 double crochets into the next one, 2 treble crochets, sorry, it's me going into American, 3 trebles into this center stitch, 2 trebles into the next one, 2 half trebles, oh, nearly done a treble, double crochet into the last one, and a double crochet into that chain 1 space. So that's the first 2 petals done. So we just need to repeat that another 2 times and I'll meet you back here. Welcome back. I've just done the 4th petal, so I've just done the final double crochet into that one. Just going to do the double crochet into the chain space, and then I'm going to slip stitch to the first one. So that is where we end these petals, but I'm going to go straight into round 7. And so for round 7 you're going to need colour number 2 Nigella, so beautiful blue colour. And so for this one, if I turn it over, you can see we've done these 4 petals onto the alternate chain 3 spaces from the first round we did in this colour, and that leaves 4 chain 4 spaces that are unworked. Okay, so we're just going to turn back around and join our yarn into any one of these. So we're going to join it with a chain 3. Now a chain 3 in this point counts as your first treble crochet. I'm just trying to wiggle him over there to give me room to do the other stitches. So into this chain 4 space we are going to do another 3 treble crochets, okay, so that gives us 4 treble crochets in total. If I move those over, we're then going to do a chain 3, and we're going to do another 4 treble crochets into this chain 4 space. So we're working behind rows 5 and 6 and working into these unused chain 4 spaces of row 4, which was the first row we done. In your case will be in the pale rose colour. So that is 4 trebles, chain 3 space, 4 trebles. Then going to chain 1 and move straight to the next unused chain 4 space. So we're going to do exactly the same there. So we're going to do 4 trebles, chain 3, and another 4 trebles. Chain 1, we're going to skip over to the 3rd one. So this is the 3rd unused chain 4 space from row 4. And again, we're going to do exactly the same as we have on the other 2 corners. So this will be creating the corners of your actual flower square. So 4, and then I'm going to do a chain 3, and then do the next 4 back into that chain 4 space. Now these are relatively quick rounds, so, and there's only 1 round to go after this, so I thought I would just do this one with you. Feel free to speed it up, I'm sure you know what you're doing by now. Chain 1, and then capture that last chain 4 space, and we're going to do the final corner. Chain 3, and the final chain 4s into chain 4s, 4 trebles into this chain 4 space. Okay, so that's those 4 unworked chain 4 spaces that have all got these beginnings of the little corners in. So we're just going to do a chain 1 and slip stitch to the top of the chain 3 there of the previous round. Now going straight into round 8, our final round, we're going to chain 1 and do a double crochet back into the stitch that we slip stitched to. We're now going to do a double crochet in the tops of the next 3 stitches, okay, which takes us to the next corner space. Now in this corner space we're going to do a double crochet, chain 2 and another double crochet. So that's the first half of that corner done. So I'm just going to move that petal out of the way. So we're now going to do 4 double crochets in the tops of the 4 trebles of the round below. Into the chain 1 space, you're going to do 2 double crochets, and then 4 double crochets along the top of the trebles on this side. Until you get to this corner. So you're going to continue into that simple little pattern on the other 3 sides. So we are doing a double crochet in the top of each of the 4 double crochets of the previous round. Into the chain 1 space, we're doing 2 double crochets. And then we're doing another 4 double crochets in the top of those. In each corner space, you're going to do a double crochet, a chain 2, and another double crochet. So do that on the other sides, and I'll meet you back at the beginning. Welcome back. I've just completed the last double crochet into the treble crochet of the previous round. So I just need to do 2 double crochets into the chain space. And I'm going to slip stitch to the first double crochet of this round. Okay, so that is your first pair square done. So I think they are very, very pretty, very cute. So 2 down, 16 to go. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you again next week. Thank you very much.